Oh boy, do we have some exciting news this time around. So welcome to the April 2021 Market Watch. So not so much in terms of new products going on this month, but wow, do we have some really huge news. So I'll talk about it a little bit here and then talk about it more in the main video, but basically Kotobukiya posted on their Twitter and on their official website, on Facebook and everywhere, on April 1st, no doubt, that they were going to be distributing Kotobukiya HMM Zoids in America through U.S. retailers that are able to pick them up directly from Koto. Basically, they were going to create a distribution agreement where stores like Hobbytown USA could buy them directly from Koto and distribute them over here, which is a huge game changer. And they announced it with the Liger DCSJ, which is finally back and being reprinted. And I thought for sure it was an April Fool's joke, so I posted it in the Zoids group. I think it might have been the first person to post it. And I was like, this is totally fake, right? There's no way. But as the days rolled on, it ended up being true. So that's like the big thing that's going on. Not really a whole lot in terms of products. I'm looking around at the ZA Death Stinger to see where it's still available, because it appears to have kind of disappeared off the market a little bit. And people are starting to get their hands on it, starting to build it. It does look really cool. Of course, I'm not going to advocate buying an unofficial release, but seeing it side by side with other large Zoids or the HMM Death Stinger is pretty impressive. But before we go ahead and get into this video, I want to show off some of the cool additions to the collection as always. So this is a kind of a random thing that I got, but Steel Collectibles had this. And this is a third-party aftermarket gaming peripheral. It's a Hyperkin Retron SQ, and it's a tiny little box that plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. And if you saw my recent video, I did a test stream of Zoids Legacy, which is something that people have been asking me to do for years. Pretty much as soon as my Zoids versus Let's Plays got popular, which is what kind of convinced me to make a primarily Zoids channel. People have been asking about Zoids Legacy, so I finally have the means to record it. It's not an emulator, so I'm really happy about that. But one of the things it does say on here is that the ability to play GBA games is a beta function, which doesn't really make a lot of sense why they would release this unfinished, but that's the gaming industry in a nutshell right now. So we will get a firmware update that you can download to the memory card on the box itself that will increase the compatibility with GBA games in the future. So looking forward to that. I don't know if it plays Japanese GBA games, if I can get Zoids Saga 1, which Brad has, and then Zoids Saga 3 Fusers is a DS game. So we'll revisit that. But speaking of my friend Brad, you guys saw my recent video where I went up there and took a look at his collection and saw everything that he has, added all of the Zoids that he owns that I don't to my sort of backlog of reviews that I want to do. So I'll go up there and sit down with the kit and do a video with kits from his collection that I will otherwise probably never be able to own. But while doing so, he gave me some kits that I threw some cash at him to pick up some things from some collectors that were selling off some stuff, as well as some imports. So the stuff that I got from the collector selling off their stuff, I already kind of showed the loose Zoids on screen in that video and talked about them in the previous Market Watch, but it was a NJR Buster Tortoise, a Snipe Master, and one other. That was it for the loose kits. And then I got a customized parts kit, which these are pretty rare. This is a set of Mark II cannons for a Shield Liger, and so I can basically build these and take my regular blue Shield Liger and turn it into a Shield Liger DCS, basically, with the Mark II cannon. So I think that's pretty cool. Even though I do have a set of these already for my Shield Liger Commander SP, I will probably be breaking this open and building it, even though that's probably sacrilegious to some people. And what's that much more sacrilegious was this. So this is a in-box, unbuilt NJR Saber Tiger. So this has been, unbuilt. It still has its original tape seal on it from 1999. So this thing is super old. It's not an OJR. It's not from the 80s, but it's still pretty old. And I will be building this. And so again, it's like people are like, no, keep it sealed, keep the value. But and it probably is the best idea, but this thing has sat in storage for years, and the person has neglected it. So I want to make sure everything is good on the inside and have a clean, box fresh Saber Tiger when I finish building it. And what's funny is there actually is quite a lot of boxed, unbuilt NJR Zoids on the market if you know where to look. And I'll be looking at one of those places today. And the last new thing for the collection is I ordered this off of a random seller on Amazon. It was just a Hail Mary shot in the dark kind of thing. And it ended up working out pretty well. I got a kit that's out of print for not a outrageous amount of money at all. And it is the Tiger and Bunny Barnaby to go with the Kotetsu that I just reviewed. So this is a Bandai Master Grade kit. It's a 1/8 scale figure, and it is meant to go with the Kotetsu that I already reviewed. So we'll have that built and reviewed before too long. Looks like it's got some dust on it, like it's sat in storage for several years, no doubt, because I think these came out in like 2012. So not surprising there. But a order just shipped out from HLJ via DHL, and so I'm getting the Schneider Armor Hmm Kit, so I'll finally be able to do the Schneider review. I shipped that out because a pre-order that I put in well over a year ago for the Valkyria Chronicles Sylvaria statue that I ordered finally came in. So like a year and 2 months later, it's finally out. So I shipped those two together. It's probably going to arrive in a outrageously huge box because I'm not that big into collecting anime figures. Mostly for series that I really care about, like Fate. You've seen the Fate one behind me over there. But the Sylvaria one is a 1/4 scale. So it's absolutely massive. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. So you guys will get the Schneider review eventually. And I think that's it for now. There's not really anything else coming into my collection in terms of Zoids or other model kits for a while. Later in the summer, of course, we'll get the Genosaur reissue and the Fang Tiger that I have pre-ordered and stuff like that, but that's it for now. I'm still waiting for the Empire Liger Zero to be re-released and for the Liger Zero X to be properly announced, and I figured by now in 2021 we would have it, but still nothing, no pre-orders available for either that kit or the Rev Raptor. So a little bit disappointing there, but I think we're right on the edge of just having it happen. So hopefully by next month's Market Watch, we'll have both those kits available for pre-order. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this month's Market Watch. Worst April Fool's joke ever. So Kodo posted this on Twitter and on Facebook and said, starting with this kit, the Shield Liger DCSJ, which is being reprinted as you can see, this kit will be available for distribution by U.S. retailers, which is huge. That is a massive game changer. I don't think that this is going to be on the scale of like Target getting the Bandai Star Wars kits. Now, to kind of unpack that a little bit, there was some issues with the Bandai Star Wars model kits for the ships and the characters being sold in the U.S. because of import embargoes due to licensing, with Disney and Hasbro having exclusive merchandising rights to Star Wars. And I would imagine that there is some ambiguity with Hasbro and Zoids as well when it comes to retail sales, but I feel like the rights to merchandising for the HMM line is a separate agreement, a separate licensing agreement than the Zoids Wild line. So I think right now Hasbro only has the rights to the Zoids Wild line. I don't think they've even secured the rights to the Zoids Wild Zero line yet. So that seems to be the case there. By the way, there is still absolutely no word on the Zoids Wild kits coming to physical retailers, but I think what this is going to look like is I don't think you're going to be able to walk into Target and buy this, but if a store like Hobbytown USA, which is most likely where you'll be able to find it, decides that they want to purchase this from Kodo, they can get it directly from the supplier instead of having to go through a third-party importer. Like, I'm not going to buy it off of AmiAmi and then mark it up to, $80, $90 in my store. I'm going to get it directly from Kodo and be able to sell it just above this retail markup here, like they do with the other model kits. And so that's currently how we get Gunpla in America, and that's why Gunpla is so plentiful in America. And so I think this is going to be an absolutely massive, massive game changer, to where if they do this with all of the Kodo Zoids going forward, then we're going to have a much greater supply, and they'll be much, much more common over in the US. I don't think that will drive the price down necessarily, but it will probably mean you can, again, walk into a store like that and buy them for closer to this price range, as opposed to, a significant markup. And you'll probably have a lot more vendors at cons that have HMMs, as opposed to that one-off that you usually see, where it's rare that they have them, and when they do, they're usually expensive, which is how I got most of my HMMs before really diving deep into this Zoids rabbit hole like this. So Shield Liger DCSJ, guys, it's back. I thought it was going to be gone forever, but they decided they were going to not only reissue it, so you can buy the Japanese version from AmiAmi and HLJ and all those other places respectfully, but not only can you do that, but when this comes out in August, U.S. retailers will be able to purchase it for distribution, so that's amazing. Other than that, not really a whole lot else going on over here on AmiAmi. It's basically the same stuff. A lot of the Xeno Rex kits are gone now. So these are gone. The Liger Armor is gone. The Fang Tiger is still available for pre-order. The Storm Tyrannus reissue is still available. And this Xeno Rex is still available. The Pile Bunker unit is still available. But other than that, nothing really new over here. Is the Genosaur still available? It is. And so is the Death Stinger ZS. On to HLJ, much of the same, not really a whole lot to mention over here. Gun Sniper is still in stock. The Geno Breaker is still in stock, which I'm super surprised by this late into its production. So the fact this has been out for several months now, and you can still get it, which is really weird considering how quickly the Genosaur was bought out. Maybe they just made more of these. I don't know what the case could be there. Most of the stuff, again, still available. All the pre-orders are still up. Shadow Fox is gone. Not super surprising there. Nim Games. So I wanted to show off the ZA Death Stinger. It's out, but I can't find it anywhere, and maybe I'm going to the wrong... Oh, no, it's the Gundam store. The USA Gundam store has it, I believe. But I thought for sure... I'll have to go back and look at one of my older Market Watch videos, but I thought for sure that Nin Games had the ZA Death Stinger, but they do not. Again, I still don't know what the difference is between the regular Fang Tiger and the limited edition Fang Tiger. It may come with some variant pieces that the standard one does not, but... Genosaur is back on here, the reissued version. Again, you can get the reprinted DCSJ here as well. Cannon Tortoise. So this is still one of the only sites that I really go to where you can get the sort of prototype Saber Tiger, the CA color version. Actually, it's gone now. I was gonna say you can get it here, but it's out of stock already. And then the Gojo's Gunner, still available. It's going to be a lot of shipping costs for this bad boy, but I mean, good luck finding it cheaper anywhere else. And a lot of the same stuff is still available. The Wild Liger Guran is finally gone, so good luck finding that now. Infinity Blast is still here for a decent price if you guys want to pick that up, which I highly, highly recommend. Geno Breaker is still here. It's a little bit expensive. The 2020 Blade Liger is still here if you guys wanted to get that. And the Kojima figure is still here, which is awesome. Alright, so... Oh, the D-Bison is still here as well, which is nice. I may have to order that soon, because it's going to be gone, and I'm going to regret not having it. Amazon JP, it's been a while since I've looked at this, and it looks like they have a little bit of everything. It's hard to tell what their true in-stock is from Amazon themselves, and what is from third-party sellers. So you run a risk with this, as with everything. I would look for the most reputable sellers. Is that a sale on the... I don't know about that. Beast Striker. So that's probably a typo or not an authentic sale there. Hard to say. The Burning Ligers are available on here. We get a nice picture of the HMM Fang Tiger that is not a CG. It's of the actual model itself with the special effect there for the Wild Blast and the minifigure up there. Allegedly, there are sellers that have the Infinity Blast Special Edition with the Blue Rising Liger. I would not go for that. It's probably marked up like crazy. Good price for the Dark Horn there, though. One of the things I thought was interesting with their selection, I mean, it's pretty standard, pretty par for the course for the most part. But the Gilraptor LC, this is what I'm really curious about because I really want to be able to actually get this thing, and it's been gone from every other site. I just love the color scheme on this thing. It looks so cool, and having some additional weapons on it really spices it up a little bit too. So it looks like it does come directly from Tomy, and it is for the most part available, which is pretty cool. So that's a thing. Other than that, pretty standard. Not really sure what else to say about Amazon JP. It's sort of a variable considering the you kind of have to dive a little bit deeper to know which third-party seller you're getting it off of. So I wanted to take a look at this because there was a guy on the Zoids Collectors group that was selling off an absolutely massive collection of in-box, unbuilt NJR Zoids from like 1999 through 2004. And he said that he got them all through Yahoo Auction Japan through a peripheral called Bai. And so I looked into it, and from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong if any of you guys use this, but Bai is like a third-party peripheral that is like an automated service that like auto bids for you to stay on top of auctions, and you can run it through different auction sites like eBay and of course Yahoo Japan Auction here. And so these are some of the things that are available on here. And so I think that rather than eBay, this might actually be the best way to go when it comes to getting OJR and NJR motorized Zoids. The selection on here is just absolutely outstanding. And some of the prices are pretty reasonable too, although they are auctions. They're going to go up at the last minute, and whatever they're sitting at now, if it's a couple days out from the auction, is not going to be legitimate. And from what I can tell, there is no buy it now feature. It's auction only, but you've got an Ultrasaurus here, you've got a OJR Gustav, which I don't think has ever been reprinted in that color, if I'm not mistaken. There's a Mammoth. That is an OJR Shield Liger. You can tell by the color, which is pretty cool. A little bit of yellowing there on the tail and some of the caps, but really good shape. I like that quite a bit. And Liger Zero Phoenix, the blue one right here. Another Mammoth. That might actually be the same picture. I think I just moved this up a few slots by clicking on it. It's an HMM Shield Liger Mark II here, which is amazing. Very damaged box. Panzer there, yeah, because I clicked on it. I moved it up a little bit. But if you guys want me to look for anything in particular on this service in the future, I'd be happy to do that because this seems to be a pretty reliable service. And if I can figure out how to use this, then I will definitely take advantage of it. There's a NJR Genobreaker inbox, OJR Dimetron, which is pretty cool. Hey, look, it's a D-style Deathsaur. You know you want that. Aggressive Series Murasame Liger, which is pretty cool. What the hell is that? What is this? Oh my god, it's so ugly. What have you done to the Zero Grievous? Is this an official kit? I guess so, because it looks like it's like chrome plated and the pieces are actually like molded in that, or they're coated in it. What in the world? That's so ugly, but I love it. I've never seen that kit before. That's wild. Liger Zero X, NJR Energy Liger. I suppose the Energy Liger only exists in NJR, so it's stupid to say. there's these like the Z Knight things are here, which I don't really know that much about. I should probably look into that. Here looks like a lot of OJR Zoids. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Little 80s wind-up Zoids. There's a Godos, and you can tell they're OJR because of the chrome pilots as well. Got a little hammer rock there. Got the hermit crab one is so cool. I love that little guy, and the snail one too. Like they're just so well designed and just very very charming. But that's pretty much it for that. If you guys want me to look into that, just let me know. So I went on to eBay because I specifically wanted to find this guy. So this is one of only 2 Zoids that were released, and I think I've talked about these before. So these are like large-sized, motorized, like electronic Zoids that were made only under the Hasbro line, and they only made the Liger Zero and the Command Wolf AC. I just bumped my pop filter there. And so you would like put the cannon on top of it, and it would like make sounds, and it would walk and have lights and stuff. And it was kind of a gimmicky, more of a toy like kit than it wasn't a model kit. It was sold in these packages where it's not even covered. It's just like twist tied down to the cardboard, and so kids can touch it while it's still in the packaging. I can't find this thing anywhere. Like I looked. And all of I did several different search terms. I looked up and down, and all I seem to be able to find is either the wind-up one, this one right here, which actually that's not a bad price for that, and the action figure one. And I can tell that it's, whoops, that was a spoiler. I can tell it's not the same one because the action figure one has these little peg holes on the exhaust things here, and the one I'm looking for doesn't have that, but it does have the little hole on top right there. So, yeah, I cannot find this thing. I don't know where the heck it is, or if anybody has it, or what it's worth. But if you guys see that, definitely let me know. A friend of mine found the Liger Zero version of this kit, which is a much larger scale. It's not a 1/72nd scale. It's bigger than that. And found it at the Super Happy Fun sale one year, and you can tell it like scales much differently compared to most other Zoids. And then lastly, I wanted to show off this image. I wanted to show this at the beginning, but I almost forgot about it. So this is an image that the Zoids Twitter posted about a week or 2 ago, and so this is going to be an upcoming kit that's going to come out. I don't know if this is going to be a variant of the HMM. I think they pretty much established that this is going to be a motorized kit. So it's the Fang Tiger, but in the like evil colors or whatever, the black and red. So definitely look out for that. We're going to get a new motorized version of the Fang Tiger, and it's going to look like this right here. So definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, if you guys can find this stupid thing, then definitely let me know. I mean, I don't want it for my collection. I just want to know what it's worth so I can talk about it. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for this month, though. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.